Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are, of course, the Bourbon Brothers. My name's Gavin.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we are drinking E.H. Taylor Straight Rye Whiskey.
Yeah, this is another one of the great E.H. Taylor products. The line as a whole is something that we've started to review lately, and have been products that are a little bit of a step above. E.H. Taylor was a pioneer in the bourbon industry in the late 1800s. He was one of the people most responsible for the Bonded in Bond Act. That, among other things, helped to improve the quality and consistency of whiskey in the late 1800s.
Yes, as Jeff mentioned, this is bottled in bond. That means it's at least 4 years old, bottled at 100 proof. Jeff, tell us a little bit about the mash bill that Buffalo Trace used to make this rye whiskey.
Yeah, and this is something I just learned. I didn't actually know this. Buffalo Trace uses multiple rye mash bills, and the one used in the E.H. Taylor rye is a unique mash bill for Buffalo Trace. It is consisted of a vast majority of rye and a little bit of malted barley, no corn.
Yes.
Which varies from the Sazerac rye and other products that they put out.
Absolutely. Those Sazerac rye, the Baby Saz, and Sazerac 18 from the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection we all know and love. That's a, closer to a Maryland style rye, Jeff. It's a fair bit of rye to meet that legal requirement, but also a good amount of corn to give it those sweeter notes. But this is a little more similar to what would be mass produced out there in Indiana. So it's going to taste fairly similar, that we've come to realize. So we'll see how that affects our overall rating of it. Jeff, let's go ahead and take a nose, shall we?
Definitely herbal notes pop off
Yep.
at the front of the nose there.
Absolutely, Jeff. A few different things. Fresh mint on the very front of the nose. A little bit of nice fresh dill too on the back end.
Yeah, and there's some black pepper and some other spicy notes in there too.
Yeah, there's a nice depth of savory spice in here, Jeff. Yeah, it's a nice nose. Definitely higher rye content, absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's just waves of spice up front.
Good solid dose of mint as well in the first half of the palate.
I'm getting some nice subtle caramel tones to it.
Mm-hmm. And sort of towards the back end, you get a decent dose of the herbal notes coming in there.
Sure.
Before the finish.
Yeah, it's spicy up front, slightly sweet with that caramel popping its head in and out. And then a nice herbal backbone to really help you stand up.
Yeah.
Just a slight bit of oak as well. Absolutely, it's not too light of a whiskey either, Jeff. Now for the finish, it's predominantly spicy. However, the length is, I think, medium is fair. It's certainly not long by any sense.
Yeah, it's a decent finish there. Did a bit of black pepper on the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is a good whiskey.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely again another quality Buffalo Trace E.H. Taylor product.
Yeah, when I first bought it, and then I realized that it was more of an Indiana style, higher rye content whiskey, I was a little disappointed. I was hoping for more of a Sazerac 18, just a younger version, higher proof, but it's still a nice whiskey. For people like me who prefer the bourbon, definitely not going to be using this as a daily drinker, and that's a price aside. It's more so because this isn't quite my normal style that I appreciate. Again, I appreciate the whiskeys with the higher corn in the mash bill, the sweeter bourbon characteristics on the notes. This offers more of that, the spice with the mint tones to it, and the herbal predominantly flavors attached, but it's still a nice curveball for something maybe once a week, personally. So it's still something that can be enjoyed.
Yeah, and I think the thing this has, compared to, say, the MGP ryes or the higher rye content, the 95, the 90% ryes, it's much more approachable. It's very smooth, very
Yes.
drinkable. It's not at all harsh at all. It's
No.
very, very drinkable, very smooth.
Absolutely, it's nice and well-rounded.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff, for our Bourbon Brothers rating, I think we have to take into account the overall not only quality of the product, but also the value of the product.
Yeah, I think this gets a B.
Yeah.
The taste is good. The value is probably where it gets the most dinged.
Sure.
It's $70. It is definitely pricier.
Yeah.
Than most ryes on the market, but I definitely think it's a good product. Good example of a Monongahela style rye.
Absolutely something that can be enjoyed. Again, Buffalo Trace product, very difficult to find, so if you do appreciate the higher rye mash bills in your whiskey, definitely give this a try. I think you'll enjoy it. We appreciate you watching the videos. You can find us on Twitter at Bourbon Beer Reviews. Cheers.
Cheers.